Alrighty guys, what is up? It's your boy, Ifbb Pro, Nathan Epler. Guys, I just wanted to apologize that it's been a little while since my last video for HOSSTILE. So I just wanted to get on here and we're gonna do a little bit more of a vlog style video today. And just wanted to talk and touch base on a lot of different things, you know, from the Olympia to managing stress, just lots of different things. So I want to touch on some different topics today, and this is going to be a little bit of a different video and different style video, but I think that's something that I definitely wanted to do, and I've been wanting to do for a few weeks, but I didn't really know how to film a video like this. It's just very different for me, and just wanted to say, as always, I appreciate all the support from the fans, the followers, my HOSSTILE family, all of you guys out there that watch the HOSSTILE videos and watch any of my videos and follow me on social media. I can't thank you guys enough for the level of support that you guys show me. So yeah, like I said, I didn't even really know where to start a video like this. I'm sitting out on my back porch and just spending some time with my thoughts a little bit. But yeah, so, you know, the Olympia, we're about, what is it now? It's probably 6 weeks post Olympia. And, God, what an amazing experience. I've been getting asked this a lot for the last month or so, is, you know, how did it feel to be up there and what was it like? Just had a lot of different questions, and to be completely honest, it's still very surreal for me. And I mean, it's set in that we made it to the Olympia, we made top 5, and we did something really astounding for a rookie. And I'm so grateful to have had that experience on the Olympia stage and competing with the best in the world, and now considering myself a top 5 bodybuilder in the world in the 212 is just something that most people just dream about happening to them. And so I'm very fortunate and thankful. The production was out of this world, just completely amazing. The production that Dan Solomon and the Olympia team put on, I mean, it's called the Super Bowl of bodybuilding, and guys, it really felt like that. And I'm so thankful and just humbled to have been able to do something like that and be, you know, participate in that and be a part of that, because it was just absolutely spectacular. From, you know, Friday, you know, the weigh-ins, and, you know, making sure I could make the weight, which I weighed in at 211.5, and you know, getting our track jackets, and just everything that went on then, and then going into the meet and greet and actually being able to sign autographs. Like, that's something that's so just very different for me, because I just think of myself as Nate from Indiana. I'm just a bodybuilder. I love to train, and I'm just, you know, not from a crazy small town, but not the biggest town. And yeah, to have someone ask for your autograph on their weightlifting belt or their t-shirt or one of your signed photos, that was just something I never experienced before, and I really cherished being at the meet and greet and just being able to say hey to all the fans and followers of bodybuilding, or fans and followers of myself. And yeah, it was just awesome, really, really awesome. But one experience that I wanted to really put out there, and I'm happy to be able to put it out there on the HOSSTILE YouTube page, and for, I hope all of you guys watch this and get to hear this story. So with the Olympia prejudge starting, I definitely expected to get a look in the top 10, and to be honest, I was expecting to get looked at in that top 5 or 6. So when Olympia Prejudge started, I was very confident. I was very happy with the look that we were bringing, and I definitely knew that I belonged in that top 10 or higher. And so when prejudging began, they called out a top 4. And of course, I wasn't in that top 4. And that's okay. I mean, it was Derek and Kamal, Sean Clarita, and Ahmad Ashkanani in the top 4. And those are guys that have been doing this for a long time. Those are guys that we would expect to see in that top 4. So they ran through a top 4. And then after that, they made a call out for places like 5 through 9. Yeah, there was like 5 or 6 guys out there. So they made the second call out, and I wasn't in it. And at that point, I was a little bit shocked. I was kind of thrown off a little bit that I didn't hear my number called, because I knew my conditioning was better than it was at the Indy Pro. I knew it was better than it was at the New York Pro. Excuse me. And I was even 2.5 pounds heavier at the weigh-in. So I knew I had gained a substantial amount of size in the time from May, middle of May, which was the New York Pro, all the way until October. So about a little less than 5 months, 4.5 months, I had made substantial improvements. And so not making it into the second call out, I was very shocked. And especially seeing guys that I have already competed against earlier in the season, and some of which I had already beaten. And so I stayed put, and as the second call out posing began and they started getting through all the rounds and I still wasn't getting called out, I started to get discouraged. And I really started to have a little bit of self-doubt in whether or not I was going to make that call out. And so I started to relax on the side of the stage. And I started to have some fear and some doubt, and I was getting discouraged. And I was trying not to show it, but of course, there's only so much you can hide when you're on a stage in front of the judges and in front of 1,000 or 2,000 people that were standing around the stage watching prejudge. And so this is a moment that was really, really cool, and I love to tell this story, and I'm very grateful that this happened, but also it's very it's odd how things work. So I started to get discouraged, and in that moment, again, there's probably over 1,000 people standing in front of the prejudging stage, and it got very eerily quiet. And all of a sudden I heard someone scream out, "Nathan." Someone yelled out my name. And I looked out to my right, and I saw a friend of mine. His name's Joey Belt, and he lives out in, I think he lives out in Las Vegas, because he trains at the Dragon's Lair. So he lives out in Nevada. And we're not really good friends, but I heard a voice, and I looked over, and it was him. And I could see him in the very, very back of the audience. And we made eye contact. And he looked at me, and he clapped, and he pointed, and he said, "Focus, keep posing, keep posing." And it was the most eerie feeling. And then I felt this flush of adrenaline come over me of, oh my gosh, yeah, I need to stay focused. And the thought that went through my head was, in that moment, literally in that moment on stage, during the second call out, I thought to myself, I have worked 9.5 fucking months to get to this point. Why would I start relaxing now? Why would I get discouraged right now on stage? And the next thought that came into my head was, instead of relaxing, I'm going to stay in my front relaxed pose. So I'm going to get back in my pose, and I'm gonna pose at the head judges until I pass out if I have to. And in that moment, I actually stepped forward. So we're on the diagonal line. I actually stepped forward on the diagonal line to get in front of the other competitors. And I faced the judges, Steve Weinberger and Tyler Mannion, and I stared at them and held my relaxed pose. And I told myself, I'm not getting out of this pose until I get in the call out or I pass out. And I was committed to that. And sure enough, within maybe 20 seconds, I got in my relaxed pose. I looked at Tyler and Steve, and they both looked at me right at that moment. And then they looked back at their scorecards, looked back into the second call out, and then looked at me once more. And Tyler Mannion actually nudged Steve and gave a head nod towards me. And in that moment, Steve picked up the microphone and said, "Number 11, please join the group." And as I started walking into the call out, the only thought that went through my head was, you guys are all fucked. And I don't mean that boastfully, but I knew I had my opportunity, and that's all I wanted. And sure enough, I started battling in that second call out. I was on the outside, and after a couple poses, I got moved towards the center, and they just kept moving me in closer and closer. Then they ended up doing a third call out, and then they came back to that second group, and they only had 4 of us out there, and I was in it, and that was for spots, I believe 4th through 7th. And we went through some rounds, and then I got moved inside of Ahmad Ashkanani, so I knew I was really battling for that top 5. But it's just a cool story, and I wrote some notes down, but it's something that has replayed in my mind a lot, and I've told the story to a lot of my close friends and family, and I think it's important to share because it has a lot to do with having that no quit mentality. And Chris Bumstead, he said that in his speech after he won this 3rd Olympia title, and he said it's all about having no quit and being able to persevere in a time when you're becoming discouraged. And that's something that I've been thinking about a lot, and it was something that I thought about on stage at the Olympia, and it was a very humbling and really cool experience to be able to overcome the odds in that moment. And that's what other people have said that were watching it. They loved watching me battle from essentially 9th or 10th place into 5th, and to be the 5th best 212 bodybuilder in the world and have worked to get that spot. It was just such an amazing way and a great way to cap off the season and the year that I had. And yeah, just really, really cool. So the Olympia was, an amazing, nothing short of amazing, an absolutely fantastic experience, and something that I'll never forget. And I'm excited and happy to have done that, and know that I'm that caliber of a bodybuilder, and what direction my career in bodybuilding can go, and how far I can truly go if I believe in myself and push myself. And so now that the Olympia is over, I have a lot of new endeavors that I'm taking on. So most of you guys know, I've talked about it before, that I'm opening a gym. It's called American Muscle Factory. I'm so blessed and excited to have that taking off, and we did sign our lease. We have the building secured for the gym. It's 23,000 square feet. It's just south of Indianapolis, so it's going to be truly a destination and bodybuilders' paradise. A bodybuilding gym, a fitness enthusiast gym, and something that we don't have here in Indiana. We did close on our loan for that, and we've begun ordering equipment. So the crew is about to start demo work on that. My contractor and the architects and everyone is on board. Everything is moving forward. But one thing that has brought on is a lot of stress. And that was another thing I wanted to talk about in this video, this vlog, is how to truly handle stress. And today, of all days, I guess it's even more fitting that I'm making this video, because I've almost had a breakdown today myself in trying to deal with the stress. And I know a lot of you guys deal with debilitating stress and anxiety, and thankfully for me, I haven't I've always been good at handling stress, but there's levels to this, and today of all days I've been dealing with a lot of stress. And so I think it's helpful to talk about everything that's going on. I mean, just for me personally, there's a lot of stress right now with trying to open a gym that's 23,000 square feet, and the size and the pressure of opening a facility like this, and hoping and praying and wondering if it's going to be successful. There's so much stress and such a heavy load that places on a person. And plus I run a coaching business as well, so trying to get my coaching business to take off even more than it's successful, but I want it to be more. And just like many of you guys out there, is we're always hungry, we're always chasing, we're always hungry for more. But at what point does the stress take a toll on someone mentally? And that's what I'm dealing with right now, is how much can I put on my plate before it's too mentally debilitating. And then another wrench that's been thrown into the mix right now is the competition season next year. So, as you guys may know, right after the Olympia, they changed the qualification rules. So now it's only top 3 in the 212 that qualify. So I'm not qualified. And having to look ahead at next season, there's only shows really from May until August. And my gym is planned to open in March or April. So it really has thrown a big wrench in when I can compete and if I can stay 212. I want to stay 212. Part of me wants to stay there. I was already very close to the weight class max, and I'm 5'8", so my height lends more towards an open bodybuilder, but I'm not big enough yet. So that's another piece of the puzzle that has been really stressing me out, because of the fear of trying to move up and not being the caliber bodybuilder I am right now in the 212. And the fear and the stress can really weigh you down mentally and physically. And I've always had this fear of being overlooked, not being good enough, being mediocre. I mean, as a wrestler, a young kid and a wrestler, I wrestled for 8 years, and I was never really great. I never won any title matches. I never won county, never won mid-state, never won sectionals, never won regionals, didn't make it to state. I never won. in 8 years. I didn't win anything. I won tournaments, and I was a decent wrestler. But when it came to the close matches, I would lose by 1. I would lose on a referee's call. I would lose because I made a mistake. I would lose. I just lost. I lost a lot. You know, and I think it's very hard for a lot of people, you know, is the fear of not living up to your full potential and being overlooked. That's something I wrote down here, is being overlooked. I see guys getting these interviews and praise and these media pages posting about them, and oh, this was the best rookie, or this guy is the next sensation, or the most improved, and etc., whatever it might be. But part of me thinks, like, why am I being overlooked? And I think it's important that you guys keep in mind that you need to use these moments as fuel to your fire. And that's what I try to use it as, is it's just more fuel. It's more ammo that I have to work with. It's more that it fills my tank up and says, okay, I'm getting looked over. I've got to show them. And that's how I treated this whole year and this whole prep and going towards the Olympia. I had guys telling me I was going to be third call out. I had guys telling me I was never going to make the Olympia. I wasn't going to win a 212 show, whatever it might be. And I just used it as fuel to my fire. And that's why I got that tattoo on my forearm that a lot of you guys may have seen. Is it says Underdog mentality. And it's because I truly try to live as an underdog with that hunger to be great. And I think it's something that can truly make a champion, is staying hungry. Even in your successes or failures, always staying hungry. And so I want to end this video on a positive note and, you know, tell a lot of you guys out there that are dealing with a lot of stress or anxiety or even depression or anything like that, is to try to stay motivated, keep your goals at the front of your mind, even when others are laughing at you, even when others don't understand, even when you're getting overlooked, even when you're going through hardships, whatever it might be. I mean, we've had some personal hardships on my family side, and some things that me and my family are going through personally, and I have to remind myself a lot to stay strong, not only for myself but for those in my corner. And so stay motivated, follow your heart and your gut, and whatever you love and are passionate about and you believe in, that's what you should follow, always. And just never give up. Have that no quit mentality, that true championship, that champion mentality, the underdog mentality, to keep fighting. Just never give up. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, more of a vlog style, and something that I've been wanting to do for a while, but I really didn't know how to approach a video like this. And I hope it helped some of you out there, and I hope you enjoyed the Olympia story. We've got a lot of good stuff coming, guys. So thank you so much to HOSSTILE, my amazing sponsor. Guys, they're doing such incredible things in this industry, and I really hope you guys are enjoying all the products and everything. So you guys can visit www.hostile.com and use my code if you want at checkout. That's Epler10. We just dropped the new Stacked series, so you guys definitely want to check that out soon. And I hope you guys have happy and healthy holidays coming up, Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I will have some more training videos coming out on the HOSSTILE page coming soon. So until then, guys, thank you for watching, and thanks for all the support. I'm out.